Hello. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, the spiritual artist, and Amy's here, and Anamita is here. Me here. Hi. How are you? Do you prefer Anamita or do you prefer Donna? I don't know, but I'll call you whatever you like. So hang on, you guys. If you're watching in the replay, then do me a favor and let me know that you're here in the replay. You can write comments. There are comments under the video, and you can write some, and they show up, and then I get to see them, and it's great. You can put hashtags, hashtag replay, hashtag replay person, hashtag I missed the live, and I'm very sad. Donna Marie. Okay, cool. And hashtag anything you like. Just put one, and I vote on them. It's a little contest that I have, and there's no prize. I just judge. That's all. I just judge. I judge and say, oh, that's a good one. Or I judge and say, that's a bad one. And you don't know what I think, but I do it, and that's that. What are you gonna do? So if you're joining me live, then you can start commenting now. You can comment throughout the thing. If you're new here, I'm new to Daily Fuel. I'm gonna go through my spiel. I'm gonna ignore the comments the whole time I'm talking. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read the comments so you guys can comment on everything I'm talking about while I'm doing it. I'm just gonna ignore it. I see a Facebook user. It's Shin. Come on, man. Still, you got to hit that link. This is what I see. I see Facebook user. I'm calling you Facebook user the whole day. So that's it. There is a link to Ecamm. If you can click that, all it does is it just shows me your name and your picture. And then I would know. See, like Ray. Ray said hi, and I can see that it's Ray. And I see her picture, and I see hi. And that's that. So we got Mikey is here, and Donna Marie is here, and Ray is here, and Amy is here, and that's we're at 2.5 minutes. So let's just get started, shall we? Okay, solo versus ultra independent. And there was some questioning, like, what does that mean? Well, ultra independent. What does that mean? I'm going to tell you what that means. Solo, as you know, it means like, I'm thinking of the word solo as like an independent artist, a solo artist, somebody who does their work on their own. For a lot of us, that's the case. If you're a painter or a sculptor or whatever, a lot of the work that we do is done individually, which is perfectly fine and preferable to me in many cases. Not that you do it solo, that I do it solo, and that's really great. And so, an independent artist, a solo artist, perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. We're do-it-yourselfers. We're scrappy, right? It's great. It's awesome. Then on the if you think of it as sort of a spectrum, right? You have people who are like totally dependent on other people and can't do things themselves, and not that that's bad, but they, there's a preference to do things in groups or collaborations or in conjunction with other people, and then they're solo, the people who do it by themselves, and then all the way to the too far side of solo is what's called ultra independent. I didn't make this term up. Ultra independence is where perfectionism starts to come in. It's kind of a trauma response, and where you almost refuse, not almost, but you refuse help from other people. And it's like if I'm going to do it, I have to do it myself, and that's it. And nobody knows how to do it as well as I can. And it has to be me, and I don't want to know your opinion. I don't want to know your help. I don't want to know anything about that. I don't even want to know you. Just go away. And it can be it can be a hindrance to getting what you want, because we don't have the ability to do everything and to make every decision and to know the best path. Sometimes help helps. So I would thought of 3 things that if this describes you, if you're a perfectionist, if you're ultra independent, if you just like refuse to let anybody in or to let them help you in some way, or to just guide you, you don't want a mentor, you don't want a teacher, you don't want a partner, you don't want a collaborator, you don't want anybody. Don't even touch me, right? Like that. If that's you, then this one's for you. So let's just start. with my three things. So, first of all, is that you? Let me know in the comments if you're live, if this is describing you. I'm not really sure if it does. But so it kind of describes me because I have always taken on this badge of honor as a solo artist, a solo entrepreneur. And it's to my detriment because almost to the point where I didn't trust anybody to do anything for me because you don't know how to do it. Go away. You don't know how to do it. I know how to do it. I invented how I'm doing it, and you don't know the thing. So just don't even ask because you can't help. And lo and behold, I haven't really doing it that way. It didn't get me where I wanted to go. So I tried not doing that. I tried working with other people in different capacities, and I wanted to share them with you in this one. And so the first one is I just started with one person. I just let one person in, and I created a two-person mastermind group. It's just me and my friend Landon, and we do it every Friday. And it kind of happened by accident because 4 years ago I was running a Facebook group. It was for video for business, and he was running his Facebook group, which he's still running. And we became friends through Facebook group land because we had a bunch of the same people in both of our groups and in a bunch of other entrepreneur groups. It was all this entrepreneur community that we were both group leaders in, and so we became buddies. And then I decided that this group wasn't working for me. That I was creating a community around the wrong thing for me. I should have started this group. Is what I should have done. Because this is the right group, but that was the wrong. It wasn't the wrong group. The people were great, but it was the wrong direction. It was all wrong. Why? Because I tried to figure it all out myself. That's why. So after I was ready to quit it, I gave him a call one day and I just said, hey, can I talk to you about something? And I asked for his advice and he helped me out. And he's like, hey, you want to talk again in a couple of weeks and see where you're at? I said, sure. So we did. We had a call in a couple of weeks after that, and then we said, let's touch base in a couple of weeks again. And we did. And the next thing you know, we were doing it every 2 weeks until then it was like, let's just do this every week. And then 3.5 years later, we're doing it every week. So it's really helped me. But in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to allow that because I wasn't paying him to help me. And we were just having these calls every week now, and they were going like sometimes an hour and a half up to 3 hours at a clip every Friday, and so it was helping me tremendously. I was moving through ideas in my business and life, and I kept having this feeling like I need to pay you back. He's like, no, you don't understand. This is a two-way street. He's like, I'm trying to build a coaching career. I'm trying to figure out my methods at this, and you're my guinea pig. I know how to do it, but I don't know exactly. He's like, I want to figure out how to do something with you that I can then do with other people, but I can't. I want to practice. So I was his practice, and he was helping me. And it took me a while to get okay with that arrangement. I kept trying to come up with ways to let me help you with this thing in your business, or he's like, you're already helping me. It's like, this is already a two-way street. It's already a fair arrangement. But I couldn't see the value that I was bringing to the table in pure reciprocation. I couldn't see the value unless I was paying him back, because I was ultra independent and I couldn't let it in. Without now I was letting it in, but because of the ultra independence, I was feeling guilty. So it was it took me a while, but I let it in. And so that's one way, if you're having an issue with this, that you can kind of let it in, is just pick one person that you can kind of practice it with until it feels okay. Now I don't worry about paying him back. I know that he's getting as much out of it as I am, and I'm not concerned about that anymore. But I've also been overcoming this ultra independent streak of mine. And another way is through community. Now, Daily Fuel is one of my favorite things that I do, and I look forward to it every week. And sometimes on Sunday, I wish I didn't take off Sundays, but I know I need the day off. But it's really one of my favorite things. And even though it seems to somebody who might just be passing by looking that it's just some wacky guy flailing his arms around and talking really fast, it is my way of practicing overcoming ultra independence. It's my way of allowing feedback, of allowing an interaction. It's why I don't do just a straight up YouTube video channel where I just talk, and because it becomes too stale for me that way. I run out of things to say. This is such feedback, is such interaction, is such you're mirroring it back to me, and you're supporting me and helping me to progress in my life, and helping me by inspiring me, and hopefully I'm doing the same back to you. So that's another one. It's like if a one-on-one doesn't work, then try being part of a community where you can kind of allow some people in. And then, of course, probably the hardest one for me is delegation or collaboration. That's the one that I still haven't really nailed. Well, mainly because I don't have any employees or anything. But I don't know. I haven't gotten up to this one yet. And I would like to get there where I can collaborate on a project. I have had partners in the past. I was in a rock band where I was the singer, and there were 4 of us, and we did stuff, and I was a co-writer on a lot of songs, and that was fun because I wanted to be in a band, and I couldn't play drums and guitar and bass, and let alone all of them at the same time while singing. I couldn't play any of them at all, so I didn't try. I just sang and did my thing, but I still had to be the front man because I was the ultra independent. I had to be the face of it, and everyone was behind me, so I didn't even have to see them. It was like they weren't even there. Could have been a karaoke machine for all I knew, right? And I'm kidding, but not really. But delegation too is difficult for me because I don't want to. I have a hard time thinking of like what part of what I do could I just take and hand to somebody else and say, you do it, and then when they bring it back to me, plug it into the rest of it. I don't yet trust that anyone can do it, and this is sort of this is an eye-opening thing to admit because I don't think about it very often because I don't have an employee to delegate to, but maybe I don't have one because I don't trust anyone. So, and I haven't built it yet to the point where I could. So this is something that I'm working on, and something I was thinking about was an easy way to get over that might be to just collaborate with somebody on something. So that's why I'm always saying, like, hey guys, you can collaborate in this group with other people, and I see people doing it, and I'm always excited about it, but I have yet to. So we will see if I do. So I'm not making any promises today, but just know that it's on my radar, and it is something that I am aware of. And so, which kind of like, just to sum all of this up, if this does describe you, whether you're going to work with one person as a mastermind kind of a thing just to help each other out, or work in a community, or actually partner up with somebody or collaborate with somebody, you need to have this self-awareness to understand where you are. Are you actually ultra independent where you don't trust other people, or are you just a solo artist that hasn't gotten around to working with other people yet? But that would be great. You need to have the self-awareness to know where you are. Well, let me go to the comments. I see one person writing Bobo that I need to eliminate from the group immediately. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. And all right, let me scroll all the way back. Amy was the first today. Amy, hello. You are the first. And Donna Marie is here, and Mikey. And that's Shin. And Ray says hi. And replay eggs and bacon. See, that's a good one. I'm judging you well on that one, even though, but I'm also judging you poorly because you're not in the replay. See, if you had written that actually in the replay, I would have only judged. So you got a double judgment there. Has been unbelievably weird being offline. I miss you, Bobby. You've been offline? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. But I'm glad that you missed me, but I'm glad that you're back. And way to go, Bobby. Is that also Shin? That's Sadiq. How are you? Am I saying that correctly, Sadiq? How you doing, man? Welcome to Daily Fuel. You post some really cool stuff. I like it a lot. So thanks for chiming in today. And there's an Ecamm link. I'm gonna do a post and tag you guys. Robin gives me flowers every day. Thank you, Robin. And sunflowers, just like my favorite artist, Vincent Van Gogh. Amy says, yeah. I'm kind of mostly ultra with the occasional. I have to keep my brain cell together while I need to work with someone else. See, that's the thing for me is that I see this is where I start to lose my ability to hang on, I'm trying to put a thought together here. This isn't brain fog from last year. I feel much better. You brought up a point and reminded me of something because a lot of you may know that I used to make a TV show for kids called Planet Bonehead, and I did not do that by myself. I did that with other people, and there was some collaboration in there that was great. For example, the comedy part of it, the cartoony part, I wrote the scripts for that and came up with the characters and the scheme of the show and everything. And with my good friend who's in this group, his name is Tony Walker. He and I have been friends for many years. And that collaboration was great. I have worked with him on different projects, and somehow we vibe so well that he doesn't annoy me when we work together. But just for me, in terms of having business partners, I have tried having business partners in various businesses, including that Planet Bonehead one. Tony wasn't the business partner. He was just helping me with the writing and the voices in the creative part, but not the business part. And having business partners for me, I think, is what kind of fueled this ultra independence in me, because my experience invariably was that my business partners didn't hold their weight. Yeah, that was it. That I always felt like I was bringing more to the table than they were, or that I was working harder than they were, or that they were holding me back, or whatever. And I don't mean that to sound high and mighty and pompous. That's not the case. I would always go into them with the expectation of them working out. But I never had a good business partnership that worked out, and which surprised me, because the first business partnership that I ever created was with my wife. Our life partnership, and that's like the greatest partnership I could have ever imagined. So it's not like I don't have the ability to do it. I just maybe I picked the wrong people, or maybe I picked the wrong projects. I don't really know. But I kind of, because of some negative experiences, I came to this conclusion that I'm never having another business partner again. And I think that it just really fueled this ultra independence that I feel, where it's like I can't even have anybody involved. So it's something to ease back on, I think. I don't know that I can turn it off in a flash, because it didn't turn on in a flash, but I think I can ease back on it and start to rethink, like, well, is this true, or is this just a trauma response? That's how I started this, is that ultra independence, that's perfectionism. It's a trauma response. And maybe the trauma was that these people let me down, and I just went, screw it, I'm doing everything myself, and that's that. So there, see, thank you for letting me blah, 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 that out, because I just figured that out about myself. So see, this is how this works. I just talk, and I don't even know if you're still here. You are. Great. Did I answer your question? I don't even remember what you said. Hi, Blake. How are you? If you're still here. Easier to give than receive. What does that mean? What's easier to give than receive? It's easier. The back and forth with me and Landon. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes, it was definitely easier for me to give, and the receiving part of that relationship, not now, but in the early days of it, was very difficult for me, because I did not. The reason was I did not understand the value of the part that I was bringing to the table, because it wasn't money. You know what I mean? And because of that, I was just like, I don't know what you're getting out of it. I didn't understand it. And I thought he was just kind of, blowing smoke up my butt. Oh, no, I'm getting so much out of this. It's like, okay, whatever, and once I was okay with that, worked out better. Bobo, what's up, buddy? How are you? Nice to see you. Blake, interaction is good. Yes, it absolutely is. baby steps in collaboration. Oh, Blake, that was something I had on my board to say in this one, and I was thinking of doing an entirely different live on that concept. Baby steps. I wanna do that. The Laura and I, my wife and I, were talking about this, like micro steps, just taking, you don't have to take the entire leap. You don't have to be like, who wants to make a giant 10-year project with me and we're going to link arms and handcuff each other to ourselves. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be something very much like what Katie started in this group, where she's like, I'm going to start a thing and then I'm going to mail it to somebody, and somebody, because she just did her thing and mailed it off. She doesn't even have to do anything anymore. It just gets mailed from person to person. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm interested to see. So that I think is really cool. So thank you, Blake, for that reminder. Donna Marie says, other people's contribution for my art life is awesome. That's great. You see, it's like if you can allow people to contribute to you, I think that's wonderful. I happen to believe that we're not islands to be like, leave me alone. It's we're social creatures, and we are all these spirits having human experiences. I think we're supposed to be together in certain ways. It's just that in some ways it's difficult. Like what Blake is saying next, I never trusted until recently. Trust is a hard one because you have experiences where people have let you down. And so when people have let you down, if it caused any kind of trauma, the trauma response is, go away. No, don't want you, right? This was supposed to be a cross, not an FU thing. So yeah, there's that. Jane, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you too. And Amy, live eggs and bacon. Live eggs and bacon. I'm judging you. And oh boy, I'll just skip this one. Teasing. Here comes a big one. Okay, Robin. Okay, take a breath. This was one of, or maybe the first groups I got invited to. Thanks, Bobby D. Oh, Bobby, he invited you to this group? I didn't know that. I probably knew it at the time, but didn't, remember. And I had no idea about groups or belonging to an online group or groups, but it has been so much fun, and it's helped fill an artistic void I've had for many years. Oh, that's wonderful. Not the void part, the filling it part. And that is to be able to talk to some other art buddy or buddies, which I have missed so much. And this group has introduced me to other artists I can relate to and share, which has been so cool. Love it. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That is one of my favorite things about groups is the interaction, even in the comments and stuff. It's like I get so much out of it, so it's a wonderful thing. I was actually surprised because I started my first group. I didn't start the first group with any kind of inkling as to what the payoff would be, other than like, start a group and have an audience and sell them shit. Like that was the sell to me to start a group. Like someone was like teaching how to do that, and I was like, that's a good idea. So I started a group, but there were so many personal benefits to having the group that were astounding to me. It's like I had been creating a YouTube channel for years before it that was never getting any traction. And I many times I couldn't understand why, because I was doing all the right things, but we know that, this tactic can work for this person and the same exact tactic could not work for that person. Why? Because the energy is off. This person's the energy is right in line with it, and this person, the energy, it doesn't work. Doing the same stuff doesn't matter. My videos, you've seen my videos, they're good. I wasn't worried that I'm making bad videos and nobody likes them. People would comment, how do you not have 10 million subscribers? And I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Then I started a Facebook group, and the numbers just kept rising and rising and rising. I was like, look at this. It's not the content. It's not the meanness. It's not like I'm some wacko that nobody likes. It's that I wasn't in a forum where my energy was clicking right, and Facebook groups worked. And at the time, I didn't understand why. I just said, okay, cool, and I went with it. And now I understand that it's because of this interaction. The YouTube channel was very static. There was a wall between me and anybody else, and I was just creating content in a vacuum. Here, I'm creating content on the fly every day, and I'm saying what I'm saying right now in response to something that you wrote. So I don't do that when I make YouTube videos, which is why I don't. Robin, glad. Wait, did I skip? I don't want to skip any of Robin's comments. I get in big trouble for that. Glad. Glad your Vax fog seems to have cleared up by today. You seem so sharp today. Yeah, thanks. I feel a lot better. Not that I thoroughly enjoyed seeing you in your foggy mood. I'm sure that was fun. Thanks. Not that I didn't thoroughly enjoy, my grammar was off. I got it. Scusi. Jimbo says, my wife and I have agreed to stay out of each other's businesses, at least in a partnership way. I might provide a service or insight, but I'm not officially a part of what she does, and likewise. Yeah, us neither. I didn't mean this that we created a business partnership. I meant that our partnership was like the great partnership of my life. We did try years ago when I first started my business. We were planning on having kids, and it was like, well, you could be a stay-at-home mom, and I have my business at home, and we could both be home together. And hey, if you're home, why don't you work with me on the business? And that lasted about 3 days until we were just like, we should not work together, and we haven't ever since, and it's just fine. So probably for the same reasons as you, buddy. I've gone into partnerships with friends, and not much of it really worked. Same. I've gone into partnerships with many people, friends, not friends, and even partnerships where it was like an investment work, like design this thing and you get a 10% of the business. It never worked for me. I do better alone for the obvious reasons. Yeah. Mikey, even in the I could riff on you, and going back to Jim, I could just say, well, nobody could put up with you, right? But I know your talent, dude, and I know I think your reasons are probably very similar to my reasons. Mikey, even in the 70s when it was necessary to have a band to perform live, I taught them note for note with minimal room for divergence, except occasionally lead guitarists. Now I do it all myself because I only record. There you go. That's pretty cool. Oh, see, I never bothered. Like, the guitar player in my band was the main music writer. I would write a lot of the melodies to songs. So sometimes if I came up with a melody that didn't already have like a song going that the instrumentalists were playing, let me start over. So a lot of times the guitar player would come up with a riff or something, and then he and the drummer and the bass player would come up with like music that went around that riff and created the basis of a song, and then I would create a melody and the lyrics and stuff to sing over that. But sometimes I would just come up with a melody out of thin air, and I'd just start singing it a cappella, and then they would come up with things to play beneath it. But never at any point did I say, play this note, and then it has to go, like, I never did that. I might be like, hey, it would be really cool if you did like a hit there, or if you just did this riff over here instead. But they were their things, and I left them to it. Amy, sometimes it's harder to be ultra because you really have to knuckle down. And time out, back to this. But then occasionally we add, because we went through like 6 drummers and 3 bass players. So not so much with the bass players, but actually one of the bass players, but many of the drummers, if they couldn't come up with their own thing that was good, instead of telling them what to do, because that never worked, we would just can them and get a new one. So Amy says, sometimes it's harder to be ultra because you really have to knuckle down and do everything on your own. Yeah. I'm getting better at selecting people that I know will do a thing like I need it done. See, that's the trick, is being able to select people. But in order to be able to select people, you need to trust that that person even exists in the world. The ultra independent person is just like, nobody can do it. I don't care how good you are. Your screen is too small. Your paintbrush looks ugly. It doesn't matter, right? I don't like people with brown eyes. Right? It doesn't matter. You come up with weird excuses as to why nobody can do it but you. You don't know my process. I've been doing it the exact same way for all this time. It would take me longer to teach. This is my favorite thing. It would teach me longer to teach you and show you how to do it than to just do it myself. So I'll just do it myself. And there you go. That's the tell right there when you say that one. Robin, I've done well with collaboration. Ones where I did one part, then passed it to a second friend who added her thing, and then to a third artist friend, and so on and so on. The final results were so cool. That's cool. I've never really done a thing like that. We each did our own stuff independently, but it was all done when we felt it looked good. And sometimes took Pick City's stage, which added to the coolness. That's really neat. I think that's good. Cool, sorry. And Donna is saying hi to Blake. And come on, Jesus, there we go. And Blake is saying hi to Donna, and Donna Marie is saying hi to Blake. And I like when you guys all say hi to each other in the comments. I think that's funny. I think the success of working with someone else also depends on your vision and talent syncing. It absolutely does. For me, it was trying to find somebody with complementary talents. That's why I felt like they didn't bring enough to the table, because I always felt like my part was the overbearing part, primarily because in different businesses that I created, my part was the driving part. You know, the TV show for kids, for example, was all graphics and animation and video editing, and I did all of that work, you know, and there were things that one of the business partners was supposed to do that he kind of failed at, and it was just like, what the hell? I have to split this with you, and I did all this stuff to create this amazing thing, and the thing you did flopped. It's like, why? Go away. It's all I wanted to say, you know. So, I hear you. Amy Tyler, absolutely. Better selection is the key. Yeah. How does Robin type so fast? She does a lot of typos and poor grammar and hits return in the middle of sentences, sometimes in the middle of words. It doesn't really seem to matter to her that I can't read it. It's just there in my face, and I have to figure it out. And then I'm confused. And then 3 comments later, the rest of it's there, and I'm teasing everybody. That's how she does it. Amy, fabulous, another great comment. And now you're just complimenting each other in the comments. Digital brain. What does that mean? Digital brain. And Donna is laughing at me. Are you laughing at me? Well, guys, that's the last comment. So we are finite. Finite? I don't know. We're finished. So let's be done. And I appreciate you hanging out with me again. It's Monday, so we got a whole week of this crap. And, well, Bobby, you're cracking me up. So Robin just stole the booby prize from Donna. Donna, the last commenter, gets the booby prize over my typing. Yes, I know what I'm cracking you up about. And but I'm going to be done now, and she's giving me flowers. See that? It's okay, Robin. We're still friends. And I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a wonderful... look at this. The comments are coming in. Not I'm first a lad. Not I'm first a lad. I don't know what that means, but you're trying to get the booby prize like Donna. And see, booby peas. Okay, so Donna Marie, you get the booby prize. We are done. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, time out. Donna just snuck in, and it's a battle of the Donnas here. All right, now we're done. So you know what? You can... No, Donna, you get the booby prize. Okay, bye. Well, first and last. I can do this all day. Okay, keep going. Oh, look at this. Robin stole it. Okay, we're done. Bye.